look at me now. How far we go back? Elementary, jump rope, hide and go seek, pity pad, red light, green light, red light, green light.
When you just talk about practice, we sitting here, I'm supposed to be the franchise player, and we're in here talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice. We talking about practice, man. But we talking about practice right now. We talking about practice.
You play to win the game. Hello? You play to win the game.
You are tuned into Straight Bet Sports on the Gorilla Cross Radio Network.
That's right. You are tuned into Straight Bet Sports here on the Gorilla Cross Radio Network. Just past 9 p.m. Wednesday night. We are coming to you live from downtown Las Vegas, Nevada. It's chilly outside tonight. My allergies started to mess with me, but I'm good now. No more sniffles, no more nosy stuff here. Rob's stuck on his phone, getting a little bit nervous. Him and Quan got another $10 bet going on tonight, so it should be fun.
Stop.
But it is Women's History Month. Not sure if a lot of you knew that. I'm not going to lie. I did not know until the month started. Someone did mention it to me. But it's good to know that because tonight we have a great show on tap for you guys tonight. From UNLV, Lady Rebels first-year head coach, local legend from Durango, actually, Lindy LaRock will be on the line with us, joining us live here in a few moments. Not only that, two good friends of mine, friends of Quan as well. Rob doesn't know them too much, but he'll get to know them a lot more tonight. Mo and Mel from Girl Chat Sports will also be joining us later on in the show tonight. Lots to talk about. I wanted to give some recognition to women in sports out here in Las Vegas that are doing their thing locally, and it was perfect way to do it tonight. We got Zach the intern in the building, getting everything ready. If you guys are on social media, if you're watching live, whether it's on Facebook, on the Gorilla Cross page, on my page, Jose Volonte, we share it all the time. If not, you are tuned into it on the Gorilla Cross app. If you haven't downloaded it, it is free. Go to your Play Store and download the app today, whether it's Apple or Android. You will not be disappointed. Tune into all the shows that are on there. Big ups to No Plays Off? Is that what it's called? No Plays Off? Miss Ballin D. Congrats. Welcome to the network. She was on a show previous earlier today before mine. Great stuff there. Excited to have her on here. It's always good when the family grows. But with that being said, Rob, are you ready for tonight?
Yes, sir.
You ready to talk?
I'm ready. Well, hopefully the Lakers win. You'll see how.
How's your bet looking? The bet that we got going.
Oh, I didn't even look. To be honest.
Oh, you know, USC's murking right now. USC's
Don't
murking
jinx
Stanford.
me. Don't jinx me.
They're up 57-27. They're up by 30. I think you're all right for now. Which I'm not sure if you know. It's our first guest. It's her alma mater. She went to Stanford.
Oh wow.
So it's good little side note there. But before we do get into our first guest of the night, if you're watching this on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever it may be, YouTube, on the Gorilla Cross page, on my page, just go ahead and like, share, comment. Zach is going to get to all of your comments tonight. So if you have any questions for Coach, any questions for us, or any questions for Mo and Mel from Girl Chat Sports later on in the show, feel free to chime on in. Zach's going to chime on in with us and let us know what you guys are saying or what you want to ask and what you want us to answer for you there. But with that being said, Quan, if you could let everybody know where we are being brought to you by. Joshua LaFon with Simply Vegas Real Estate, a realtor here to help educate current and future Las Vegas locals on selling and investing in real estate. You're probably asking yourself, educate. Yes, there's a surprising amount of adults that when it comes to real estate, don't know the right questions to ask, don't know where to start, and think they need a lot of cash to buy a house in Nevada, which simply isn't true. So Josh has decided to make it his responsibility to teach his clients what they need to know, and equally important, what they need to ask, to help ensure making their home ownership dreams a true reality. So make sure you call or text Joshua LaFon today at 702-813-0533. This has been another paid advertisement from Joshua LaFon with Simply Vegas Real Estate. Make sure you give him a call, 702-813-0533. That's right, Joshua LaFon, bringing us to you live every single Wednesday night here on Gorilla Cross Radio. We greatly appreciate you being a part of the show. I spoke to him the other day, Rob. He said he's ready to come in, ready to talk some sports and sports betting too. Remember when we worked together back in the day? He used to bet all the time as well. So
when's he coming in?
he still says he has to get it set up. You know how it is with the realty world, especially right now with him. He's busy. He's got a lot going on. Plus, he also has his dog stuff. Remember, he's got that website that he does with the dog things as well. But before we talk about that, for another show, another time, we have a great show tonight. I'm going to go ahead and introduce our first guest of the evening. She is a hometown legend, like I said, Durango basketball legend out here in Las Vegas. Played at Stanford, went to 4 Final Fours, I believe, if I have that correct. Has studied and been under some great coaches in the women's college ranks. And now in her first year at UNLV, has the Lady Rebels going into the tournament as the number 2 seed. 9-0 on the road this year. In her first year as the head coach of the Lady Rebels. My second season covering them, I was a lot more in it this year. Something about Lindy that just brought it all together. And with that being said, let's go ahead and introduce our first guest of the evening, UNLV Lady Rebels head coach Lindy LaRock, joining us live here on Straight Bet Sports. Lindy, thank you for joining us. I know it's a little late. How's your evening going?
Thanks for having me, guys. It's a little past my bedtime, but you've been good to me and covering our team. So anything that I can do for you guys, I'm happy to do.
Lindy, that's right. Greatly appreciate you. So let's just get in right to it. How has this season been for you so far? I mean, first year coach, like I said, you guys are 9-0 on the road. I've talked to you about that in press conferences before. Like, how has this season been for you in a nutshell?
It's been crazy. I'm not even going to try to sugarcoat it for you, but it's been crazy in all kinds of good and weird ways, very strange, obviously, all kinds of testing, COVID protocols, whatnot. Our conference format changed, just trying to get games in safely, playing teams back to back. That's weird. So it's just been strange. And, our team has just been resilient. Our group has been resilient. So kind of proud of that effort. And then, from a back.
Whoa, did we lose her? Lindy, I think we lost you. I'm not sure if you can still hear us. I think we probably lost her, fellas. Lindy, if you can still hear us, your camera froze. Not sure if you can hear us there. She was getting started. Rob, you good?
I'm good.
You ready?
Listening. Yeah.
Doing some studying over there, getting ready just in case.
That's crazy to play in 4 Final Fours, though.
Yeah, so she played at Stanford. So let's talk a little bit about that before we get her back on the line here. She did play at Stanford, 4 Final Fours. She was a star at Durango, which I believe she still leads. I think it's all-time point, something like that, whether it's men or women in that high school. She's the all-time leading scorer. I believe she's the youngest coach as well to do. Hold on, let me see what it was here. I had it on the thing.
I would love to just play in 4 Final Fours, whether I played or whether I rode the bench. I don't care. I just want to be in that atmosphere. I mean, personally, right? Like just
to be able to say that you were part of that.
Yeah, that's yeah, absolutely. That's such an experience and something that you can take with you for a long time down the road.
So I think we got Lindy back.
There she is.
Oh,
come
I'm
on
sorry
now.
about that.
You got to get better Wi-Fi, Lindy. Come on now.
Come on. I know. I'm like, Cox, help me out here.
Oh, don't get Quan started with Cox. Trust me, you don't want to hear about that. But anyways, going back to what you were saying, basically about the season. I know it's been tough, like you said, a lot of protocols, a lot of different things, especially this being your first year. Kind of backtrack a bit. How good was it knowing that you were coming into a situation where you were basically going to coach in your own backyard? I mean, you were coming home, like I mentioned before the show. You played at Durango, so you're from Vegas. You know this area. What was it about the job at Las Vegas that was right for you, or did you have other opportunities as well, or was it just this one and you knew this was it?
I mean, honestly, I wasn't looking for a new job, to be honest. I had a great job at Stanford. I was an assistant, arguably one of the best jobs in the country. Kind of having all the fun and not having to have so much of the responsibility. But as a young kid, I wanted to be a head coach. That is kind of what I've dreamed of. And so when this opportunity kind of came knocking, I mean, it would be silly for me not to kind of take it seriously and really take a hard look at it. And so that's kind of how it fell into place. I mean, UNLV, the momentum in the athletic department, really, obviously it's home. So there's a lot of nostalgia, the support of my parents, right down the road. That's kind of great, but it was going to take an extraordinary opportunity to take me away from the comfort zone that I was beforehand. And really it's the leadership, the momentum of UNLV.
Uh-oh. Looks like we lost her again. That's not good. That's not good. We might have to figure that out. But we'll keep going. Now, you were talking about Final Fours. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about college basketball, basically. So Stanford, alma mater, 4 Final Fours. Oh, wait, there she is. We got her back. You good, Lindy? Or did it freeze again? It keeps freezing on you.
I can hear you guys, but I guess maybe it's on my end.
Oh, no, I could hear you now. It's just your camera kept freezing up on us.
All right.
Let's see if this one will work. But
come on, Cox. Who's the Cox guy? We gotta get them.
We gotta get somebody to fix that for you. But basically, what we're talking about, like you were saying, being home. What was it about being home? Was it just, hey, I'm home? Because I think I've heard you say before, you were also a Rebel fan growing up, correct?
Right. The opportunity here in Las Vegas, it is home. I'm not, obviously, I can't lie about that. So to have kind of the support of the community in a place that I know well, that I love, that I have a ton of pride for, to have this opportunity to really kind of represent it at the highest level is a great honor and a privilege. And so it's been really exciting. It's, I wish we could have some fans out there to really kind of impact with the community. But, this opportunity, UNLV as a whole.
So, I mean, her being back at home is cool. You know what I mean? The fact that she is a legend, she did play. She's known in the high school ranks out here. And, of course, obviously in the women's college ranks because of what she did at Stanford. She brings a lot of pedigree. She knows what she's talking about when it comes to these ladies and the way that she's coaches them. I went to one game this year. I told you that was a game that they did get blown out by Boise, turned around, and they ended up winning the second game after that. But I asked her, what is it about being home and being away? And it's crazy. I told you, they're 9-0 on the road.
Yeah,
9-0 on the road in her first year. Not only that, 15 wins in her first year, which is second among first-year coaches in victories. So that's not bad. Yeah, in women's college basketball history, NCAA history. Yes.
All right.
Sorry, we're just going off some stats because we keep losing you there. So, but we do have you back on the line, Lindy.
Yeah, well, I'm really, making you guys work tonight with how this is going. So I'm sorry about that.
Hey, it's all good. For you, it's all worth it. Trust me. I greatly appreciate you doing this for us. Once again, I am Jose V. Rob G. We have Lady Rebel head coach here, Lindy LaRocque, joining us on the line live from downtown Las Vegas, Nevada. Now, Lindy, let's talk about your record real quick here this first year, okay? Not the greatest at home, which I've mentioned to it before. Now, you're going to say I sound like a broken record, but 9-0 on the road. Unbelievable. Some people say, well, there's no fans. It would have been different with fans. You're still on the road. You're still traveling. You're still in that traveling atmosphere. It's still that same environment, correct? So what was it about your ladies being on the road and being able to get those victories? Now, some of them were hard-fought victories at the end. They weren't victories that you guys blew people out or anything like that, but how rewarding was it knowing that you can have that type of success on the road in your first season?
I mean, it's huge. I mean, obviously, when you go on the road, there's so much adversity. And maybe the adversity wasn't quite as extreme, like you said, without fans. But then, like you said, you have to get the job done. And so really, really kind of proud of our team. That I think, when you're on the road, that's when you learn a lot about yourselves and what you're made of and how tough you are. And so we've been able to have some great success and put a really good, string together there. So now we just got to keep that momentum moving forward.
So what are your plans for the Mountain West tournament? I mean, we already saw what you did this season in the regular season. What have you been already doing? Have you already been studying film? Have you already been looking at some of the possible teams that you might be playing in certain situations in certain rounds? And I mean, who do you feel is your biggest competition going into this tournament?
Well, absolutely. First, we actually have clinched the second seed, second place in the conference, which is just kind of some good peace of mind.
So they did clinch the number 2 seed, as she was mentioning there. It's going to be tough.
Where'd they finish last year?
Last year they were towards the bottom, I believe.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, what a turnaround.
they weren't that good. So first year for her to do that is a huge turnaround, definitely huge
To clinch
turnaround.
the second seed. I saw they were in third place, but I guess depending on how many
So
games
the
they played.
win that they had at the end of the season, I think it was at Fresno State, I believe that they won. They won back-to-back games there. That basically clinched the number 2 seed for them.
Gotcha.
Do we have her back up, Quan, or not yet? Not yet. Okay. So we're gonna try to get her back on. If not, I really appreciate everybody on the Facebook Live here chiming in. Lindy, I know it's tough.
4 times a charm.
Hopefully the 4 times the charm. I know we keep getting back and forth. So it's tough. Yes.
Man, this is embarrassing. I'm sorry, guys.
Pretty sure you're not in the dorms right now.
She's probably in the dorms over there. But no, it's all good. We get it. You know, the internet's not working there. But number 2 seed, awesome. Great way to basically start your career with UNLV. But the tournament's a whole different ball game. You said technically you guys aren't at home because you're not playing in Cox Pavilion. You're playing at Thomas and Mack. As funny as that may be, it is the truth. Even Rob will say that sometimes when we're betting games. We say, you know, certain things may happen because certain players aren't playing in certain areas. Now, you guys are in Vegas, but you're not technically playing in your home crowd or with your home, you know, arena there. So how is that going to be for you guys? Are you going to take that road mentality? Is that what you guys are going to use moving forward in this tournament?
Well,
Right when we asked the question.
Someone needs to complain.
We might have to redo this one day.
Someone needs to bill credit.
Okay, Cox, if you are listening, Cox Communications, UNLV Lady Rebels head coach Lindy LaRock needs some type of bill credit or some type of help. We're going to repost this later as just this clip. Cox Communications, get it together. We're trying to interview UNLV Lady Rebel head coach Lindy LaRock here, so please get it together, Cox, okay? We're having too many issues with her internet. That's not cool.
Or do what Gorilla Cross Radio does and switch to LV.net. LV.net is the number one, I don't know.
I saw that. That's the one that's off of Sahara, right? They
Right
got
up the street. Yeah, they got the big
they got the
billboard
big
right
billboard
there
up
off
there.
Sahara. And we have not had internet problems 4 years since we've been with them. So switch to
Wow.
LV.net. Everybody switch to LV.net. They charge a lot. Just tell them you want the same price you're paying for Cox to give it to you.
So
All
do we
right.
have Lindy back up or no? She never came back up. Sorry, Lindy. I know it's
Can
not
you hear
working. Yeah, it's not working and it keeps going in and out. So
yeah, that's I don't know if I'm on my computer. I don't know if you want me to try to switch to my phone or something. If that would be better.
yeah, if you want to try to your phone, definitely. We can definitely try that. We'll give you a minute, let you get set
Dude,
up.
I'm so embarrassed.
No,
you
not
know.
a problem. Hey, trust me.
You-
Technology,
happened
right?
before.
Anything that can happen will. That's all it is. Anything that can go bad with technology will. So go ahead and get that set up. We'll put you back up on the screen here shortly. We do have, I believe, Zach, we're going to get a question up here in a minute. Not yet. When we get her back on, we'll get that question out there. But how's the bet going real quick? Let's sidetrack before we get Coach back on.
Lakers up. Lakers down 1, shooting 2.
So Rob and Quan have a
Quan's-
bet for $10 like they did a few weeks ago. Tie game now. The Lakers were down 6, and Quan still took the bet and said that they're going to come back and win. Quan's doing his Quanzo dance in the background right now. It's what
You gotta get that one on camera. You gotta get that one on camera.
We're doing some
Look at
play-by-play
De'Aaron
here.
Fox.
De'Aaron Fox looked like a lost Martian.
Like-
Don't know where he's at. Trying to find his star, see where he's going to teleport to. Dennis Schroeder shooting the second shot of the free
Schroeder's
throw.
back, huh?
And the Lakers take the 1-point lead.
And these
with,
last 42 seconds are
here
going
we
to last
go.
at least 5 minutes.
Oh, right.
These are going to be the longest 42 seconds of Rob's $10 betting career. Rob's
The
just
Kings,
stuck.
man, they just crumble down the road, down the line, down the stretch.
Luke Walton.
Oh,
Good old
Luke.
Luke. Good
Put your
old
mask
Luke
on.
Walton.
Put your mask on.
Juan, what are the chances we can get that dance on live camera? Only if the
I don't
Lakers
know
win
what you're
tonight.
talking about.
He's I don't know
I
what
don't
you're
know.
talking about. Zach, we haven't got you on the mic yet tonight. What's going on, man?
Not much, man. Just hanging out, Happy to be
good?
here. Yeah, just chilling. So.
You're not cold? You got shorts on like me? You say
Bro,
you're from below freezing weather?
I come from a cold state. Colorado is a little weird, so the climate's just kind of
It's
up
normal
and
for
down.
you.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Snow,
So-
cold, wind,
Yeah.
rain,
You kind
sleet.
of learn to get used to it at this
Legal.
point. So, yeah.
illegal.
No, legal.
Oh, it's illegal.
That was the first.
Cool. So do we have her back on? Not yet. Okay. Cool. But we're gonna have Girl Chat Sports on here shortly as well. We're gonna have Mo and Mel on. As soon as we could get Lindy back on, we just want to ask her a few more questions. Just finish up with her. Wasn't the greatest interview because of her internet, but we're gonna get that fixed. Hopefully, we get her back on again soon, and we'll do it again soon. I do want to do something where we could probably do it live at UNLV. That'd be pretty cool. I'm pretty sure we can set that up. Just gotta talk to Mark. But Rob,
Yes, sir.
Are you
What-
excited about spring training? Because I know
I
Mo's
am.
going to ask you about that.
I'm trying to go. I'm just waiting on the final kind of plans to kind of to unfold, and I have tickets already and everything. So
Okay, because she
they're
was
actually-
talking about that on their show earlier, how they already explained the social distancing. and what
Yes,
you guys got to
yeah,
do
I
and all
got
that.
tickets, and I'm supposed to go there in March, or I'm sorry, middle of March, in 11 days. Supposed to go in 11 days. So
How
somebody's
much
on,
time
no?
we got here? Okay, we got her back on.
Yeah, Lindy, if you could turn your phone, horizontal, real quick.
This way?
Yeah.
Cool.
So this has been a fun show,
Yeah,
interesting show. Very, very interesting.
maybe it's Quan. Maybe it's the studio.
Maybe it's the tacos.
Maybe.
I don't know.
You
We have
only
a tradition here, Lindy. We eat some tacos every Wednesday night for like the last 3 months, right before the show. So if you ever do join us in studio once COVID and everything is done, you'll definitely be eating some tacos with us. Not sure if you're a taco person.
I'm there.
All right, Lindy. So we do have a question for you, and this does come from Melissa Ferris over on Facebook. She is from Girl Chat Sports. She's going to be joining us after the show as well. Zach, what does Melissa have to ask for Lindy?
All right. How has it been not only being a woman, but being so young in fitting in and excelling in what's still considered a man's role/position of coaching?
Wow, great question. As a young woman kind of going through, the career journey, so to say, I've been fortunate and really blessed to have some great female mentors totally along the way that have helped empower me and kind of raise me up and have confidence in me maybe when I didn't even know exactly what I was capable of. And so, obviously I'm not blind to maybe the field or the industry of kind of what it looks like, and so I'm blessed to be in my situation to have kind of be a young person in a job and position like this. So really I think just my duty is to continue to raise up other young women that have an interest in coaching, that love basketball, and really just try to show them that if they want to do this, they can do it too. Obviously I know a ton of male coaches and it's no knock against them. But I think, the numbers and the ratios of things are known and talked about. And so the biggest thing I think is letting, young girls, young women, young basketball players know that if they want to coach, if playing doesn't take them to the highest level, you can do other things. You can referee, you can coach, you can do a ton of different things. So I've been blessed to have those mentors in my life, and now I'm excited to try to help pay it forward.
Great question and great response. Thank you, Melissa. Appreciate that. So another question that I do have for you, obviously, in any position, whether it's, a regular job, whether it's a coaching position, whenever you move into some type of new spot and you're the head coach or you're the manager at a store, whatever it may be, there's going to be people that are left there from the previous team that have a certain way of doing things. Maybe you're a manager at a store and that store is already running well, but you're just coming in and it's your time to be the manager. You're coming into a UNLV lady team that had some players left over from the previous regime. How did you come in mentally, meaning how are you going to focus on these girls knowing that they've already been coached a certain way? This is your first time having a head coaching job, but you've been an assistant head coach. So what type of mentality did you take game plan wise to coach these women up, but yet make sure that they can follow your plan, but yet not drift away from it because they're not happy with the way things may be going?
Right. Well, in any kind of leadership change, I think the biggest thing as the incoming, new leader, so to say, is to listen, listen to their experiences first and foremost. So I kind of did that. Maybe Zoom and all the virtual stuff might have helped us doing that, to be honest, because, they were used to getting phone calls, and especially young people, they're not even, they're not used to kind of talking so much, frankly, but we had to talk a lot, especially at the beginning. So I just tried to listen to their experience, and then just, share my own philosophy, my perspective. For young people, I also think it's extremely important to present that you're prepared, that you're organized, because obviously, they look at me and they're like, oh, you're not much older than me. Why should we follow you? And so especially as kind of a young person, I have to be overly prepared every day for practice, every day in every meeting and every conversation. And that's something I take pride in. And I think, especially with my age, I probably have to combat that more, just because you can look at me and be like, oh, you don't have years of experience. Well, you're right. But I'm going to outwork and kind of be more prepared for anything that comes our way. So, especially with these young women, they didn't choose me also, so trying to make sure they kind of have a voice, listen to their experience, and then listen to like what they want to experience. Okay. It's like, what did you have? And then if you had a magic wand, what would it look like? What would it feel like? And you have to know that I'm not going to come in here and, they didn't hire me just to like answer all your wishes. There's going to be some struggle. There has to be, nothing great has ever come, without hard work.
Definitely.
And so just trying to kind of, instill that foundation of preparation, of work, of organization, and then just trying to listen and be a good listener as much as I am a leader.
During the season, did you ever have that moment where, or a moment where you banged your head against the wall, or you were like, this is tougher than I expected? And did you, or have you reached out to any of your fellow, your previous mentors that you've coached or learned under for advice or help throughout the season?
Absolutely. Honestly, it was kind of like once we started games, like that was the easy part. I felt like, it's like the coaching, that's what I love, that's the easy part. But, especially when I first got the job, if you've ever, if you've managed people, it's different, and I've been an assistant and I've, managed managers before. But, I was sharing with someone the other day, just the everyday decision making. Everyone is looking at you for answers. You have to decide the biggest things and the smallest of things. And frankly, until you kind of get a rhythm to that, it's exhausting. I mean, the first couple of months, I was like, oh my gosh, like, what did I sign up for? We're not even playing basketball yet, and so, but then you kind of get settled. You get you get a great staff. You get great people around you that can really help and support you. And then the basketball stuff is fun, but absolutely, I've reached out to a lot of people, because, I'm just as much of a learner in this whole process as anyone. Our players, I'm not perfect. I don't have all the right answers. I will do the very best that I can each and every day. But we're all going to make mistakes along the way. And, leaning on kind of the people that have walked in my shoes has been really important. For me, just to make sure I'm kind of thinking about things the right way and having the perspective that I need.
She is UNLV Lady Rebel head coach Lindy LaRock, joining us here live on Straight Bet Sports on the Gorilla Cross Radio Network. Jose V, Rob G, Quan59, and of course Zach, the intern in studio. So Lindy, my question for you is, where did the broom come from the other night? Did you already have that planned, or did you just happen to grab one right before you got in the locker room? Because I saw the video and that was classic.
Oh, you guys are making me spill all my secrets out here, aren't you? Actually, our first road sweep was Utah State.
Okay.
And, you guys know sports. Utah State, their men's program, that coach, he started that there like a couple of years ago. I don't know. You could probably look it up there. He does some crazy dance or something with that broom. So we were at Utah State, and they actually let us be in kind of the lounge of the men's locker room. I probably shouldn't be saying this, so hopefully it doesn't get back to them. But, as kind of a coach's area, so while our team is, getting ready for the game, we kind of have just a little area that we can converse and, before we go and kind of present the game plan. And so there was a broom in there. And so I was like, well, I'll give it back, So I did that for the first sweep. And then, when we go to Air Force, and, I've a great staff. And so after kind of the second game, I told our operations, I'm like, you gotta find a broom. And so she snuck into some custodian closet and found a broom, and, and so then at Fresno, my operations person, Amy, she does such a great job. She will do anything that I ask, which is sometimes crazy, but, she's like, you're going to make me go to hell for all the lies I'm telling about why we need a broom. And so she told the custodian woman that we spilled trail mix in the bathroom or something, and that we needed a broom. And so I don't know how she does it, but she finds a broom. She has found a broom kind of at all these different spots. And so, you know, we always return it, and it's hopefully, you know, we don't, you know, we're not making, if anything, we're cleaning up a mess. So,
Right. Exactly.
but, you know, it was kind of, it was funny, and it just adds to it. And so the team, they kind of got a kick out of it. And so then I had to, you know, once you kind of start it, you can't let them down. You got to find a broom, you know? So.
So for those of you that do not know, they did sweep Fresno State at the end of the year. That's what I'm talking about. The last game of the season. She got cold water dumped on her and everything during the press conference. She said she was still shivering. I remember when, during the interview, like, I'm still cold. I'm still wet. I just got water dumped on me. And she had the broom celebrating. Got to celebrate the sweep. But even the girls in the locker room, you should have seen, they were all laughing, pointing at the broom because they knew exactly what you were trying to do. But that's awesome. And that just shows the type of atmosphere that you have and the type of camaraderie and everything that you guys have in that locker room. You can also have fun aside from it being serious and practice and winning and all that, and losing as well sometimes. You know what I mean? So it shows what you have with those young ladies in there, and it's awesome, Lindy, definitely. So I want to play a little game with you before we get you going, because I know it's late already and we had a lot of issues back and forth with the internet. Quick little game, just basically getting to know you. I'm going to ask you just a couple questions, see what you like, what you're about, and then we'll get you on your way for tonight. All right, sound good?
Sounds great.
Perfect. All right. So what do you like to eat? What's your favorite food, Lindy?
Steak.
How do you like your steak?
Medium rare.
Hey.
Where's your favorite place to eat your steak?
Well, in town, I mean, I make a mean steak.
So home?
Home, yeah.
What's your favorite beverage with your steak?
Wine, of course, red wine.
Okay. What's the
Pass.
biggest steak you've ever eaten?
The biggest steak? I don't know. I'm pretty small. I stick with like a 6 ounce. Maybe an 8 ounce is probably the biggest I've eaten.
All right. Final one. Favorite movie?
Ooh, that's a good one. The Greatest Showman.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Interesting. Why
All right.
do you like that movie?
Why?
Yes.
Well, the soundtrack is amazing.
Okay. So you get into
Uh,
everything in the movie, not just the movie itself. Okay.
Yeah, soundtrack is amazing. That's kind of, you know, another secret. That's like one of my pump-up jams going to the game when I'm driving in my car. I blast the This Is Me song and The Greatest Show because we're about to, you know, put on The Greatest Show.
And final one. I know I said final, but this will be the final one. I promise. It has to be a basketball question. So, who's your who's your most favorite male basketball athlete of all time, and who's your favorite female basketball athlete of all time?
Ooh, great question. I will have to say, I'll probably throw you a curveball here. My greatest male athlete is Luke Walton.
Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, which one? New school Luke or
Wait, there
Spot?
wasn't a. It's Bill.
I'm sorry. Okay, so Luke. Really? Luke. Okay. I'm a big Luke Walton fan. I have his jersey at home when he played for the Lakers. I used to like him when he was at Arizona. So I love that answer.
Right. So, you know, we were big Arizona fans growing up. So Luke was always, I loved his game. He could do everything. He could pass. He could shoot. And a nice guy. I've met him a few times. And female player, Diana Taurasi, hands down.
Yes.
Yep.
The Kobe
Hands down.
Bryant of the WNBA. I'm
Yep.
sorry, a lot of people call her that. So.
So
Nice, Lindy. Well, thank you so much for joining us past your bedtime. I know it's late. It's been a fun ride with you this season. I just want to say thank you so much for always being so gracious, so calm, so easy to talk to when it comes to the media, always being available, never saying no. Continued success. I will be at the tournament. Me and Rob will be there as well. Hopefully we see you ladies get some success. Hey, hopefully you win your first tournament this year. I'm rooting for you, and that's what we're looking for out of you. And I'm hoping that you can continue what you're doing because it is amazing, especially for a first-year coach. And I know you can continue to succeed, Lindy. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Continue success. We'll see you out there. But before we let you go, any final words or anything else you'd like to say to the fans or anybody else out there?
well, appreciate you guys having me on again. I'm so sorry, kind of with the internet stuff. I'm gonna make sure I write a terrible feedback on the website or something, get some rebates. But appreciate your coverage and always being, so supportive of our program. And we just need 3 more wins and we're going dancing. So you guys come out to the games and give us some good luck.
There we go. She is UNLV Lady Rebel head coach Lindy LaRock. Thank you, Lindy. Have a great night.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Lindy.
Cool. Even though we had internet issues, that was still fun. Not gonna lie. Good stuff there. So we still got some more time to go ahead and bring in our final 2 guests. So hopefully they log on. Do you have to send them a message, Quan, or we're good? You got it? You want me to send it to them? All right.
How about going and pay me my $10 right now?
Well, okay, so let's talk about that. What happened in the final here, guys? I didn't get to see it, but I saw people jumping back and forth. And what happened there?
The Kings won by 3.
Really?
Yeah. So Quan doesn't cuss, but he definitely shows the hand signals of cussing. Yeah.
And then what happened in the Golden Knights game there? Because I know something I know something happened in the Golden Knights game.
Game went over thanks to an open net.
Let's go. So it looks like you and I are both at 2 wins now.
Both had 2 wins back to back.
So we don't even have to wait for the end of the show to talk about that. So let's just get it out of the way
maybe
here
unless
while we
USC. What's USC at?
No, it's done. They won by like 30.
Oh, okay.
So,
oh yeah, it should be done. It's 2 hours.
My pick of the night tonight, or pick of the week for our Straight Bet Sports. We're trying to get to 8 wins first. Rob's at 1. I'm at 1. We both won last week. I had the over in the Golden Knights game 5.5. It went over with an empty netter. Rob had USC minus 7.5. I believe they won by 30.
They won by 37.
Jeez, 37. Unbelievable. College basketball is just so crazy this year, bro. But we're both at 2 wins now, so that's good. We had another coach, but it looks. Let's see. Melissa says, so is she still able to get the number 1 for most wins? That's a good question because I don't know if they're counting regular season wins. If it's regular season, then yeah, she'll be at 2. That's it. But if it's combined for the whole season, combining tournament wins and all that, could be because she's only 2 away from the leader. The leader is 17. Coach at Kentucky, I forgot who it was, but
tournament's right around the corner. It doesn't even feel like it.
Yeah, normally first week of the tournament, what do we do? Or first 4 days of the tournament.
Yeah,
take the days off. It's
I'm
most
off.
exciting.
Don't get me wrong, but I just
correct. But it's the most exciting time of the. It's the most wonderful time. You know what I mean? But yeah, like that's the best part of college basketball to me. Like I didn't watch it much during this regular season. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Me either.
Did I hear the stories? Did I read the stuff about Duke not being good in the beginning? Things like that. Obviously Baylor going down the other night. Perfect season over. Gonzaga. Yes, all the stuff you see in the headlines, the ESPNs, all that. But did I follow college basketball? I didn't really follow it that much.
We may have Duke or possibly Kentucky or some big name program in a play-in game.
Or not even make the tournament.
Yeah, not even make it, but for them to be in a play-in. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Shows how much
7
respect.
and 8 are what play for the play-in game, but yeah, we've never seen that type of matchup on a Wednesday, on the Tuesday, Wednesday. I think they do 1 and 1.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting. I'm excited for it. I think it's gonna go well, and I just don't think Gonzaga's losing. They're just too good. Still, I said that to you like 4 or 5 weeks ago,
Yeah.
5, 6, 2 months ago.
But at the end of the day, it's still Gonzaga. Like no, nothing bad against them. But until I see you get that win, get over that hump, I can't say they're gonna win it all. Like to me, I think Baylor can still beat them. If it comes down to both of them, from what I have seen and from the games that they have played and who they've played, I can see Baylor beating Gonzaga if it came on a neutral site.
Yeah. I could see that. I could see that playing out. I think they're going to be 1-2, so they wouldn't see each other to the end.
That's what I'm saying. So a neutral site at the end, you know what I mean? Where's the championship going to be at this year?
It's all in Indianapolis.
It's all they're doing the whole bubble thing.
It's all there. It's all there.
Got it. We got the girls up yet, Quan, by any chance? We do. Awesome. So let's go ahead and get on our next guest of the evening. Once again, it is Women's History Month, so I wanted to give some recognition to some people out here in the media. So with that being said, good friends of mine that I met a few years ago at the Las Vegas Aces first season, Mo and Mel of Girl Chat Sports. Ladies, thank you for joining us. Finally, we got you guys in here with us. How are you doing tonight?
Hey. What's up, Zay? What's good, guys?
What's going on? How was your show? First of all, how was your show earlier tonight? Let's talk about that real quick.
It was good. We had a good show. Usually it's a great West Coast Wednesday around here. We had a great show. We had a local amateur boxer on and had a few laughs at the same time.
What's good, Mo? You look too serious over there. What's going on?
I'm just here. I'm in
the
full
Lakers
effect.
lose.
Yeah, they lost.
She's like, yeah, they lost.
That's not what it is, but you know, it's good to see you fellas. I hope you guys are staying well, staying healthy, and all that good stuff.
So for those of you that do not know, which you probably do because you've watched Gorilla Cross Radio forever, Girl Chat Sports is on every single Wednesday night. They come on right before I do. They used to be on this network as well. They've been doing this a lot longer than I have. Trust me, if you have not watched them and you do not know about them and you're following me, please go ahead and follow Girl Chat Sports on all social media platforms. Not only that, they are on all audio platforms, Spotify, Apple, Anchor. You guys are everywhere, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. All of your stuff could be found on all of the platforms, correct?
All of it, yes. All the podcast platforms. We got a YouTube page up. We got the Facebook page. We got a group chat as well, a group on Facebook. Join them all.
And what I like about your show, to be honest with you, is that you guys just chop it up. You ladies are just having a conversation, having a good time, being real. You know what I mean? And telling it like it is. Some people may not like your opinions, but hey, that's what we're here for, right? We're here to speak our mind and basically tell you how I feel. That don't mean that you got to accept it, right?
Right.
So
Right.
I do want to talk to you ladies about something, and I know Rob's going to chime in as well. Something that just came out earlier today. I don't know if you guys saw it, but people are basically being rumored that the Houston Rockets want to retire James Harden's number. I wanted to get your opinion because I know you guys are basketball fans as well, obviously. And I know you're going to have some opinion on this. Now, I think I'm 50-50 because if we're talking about retiring numbers, we got to talk about the overall picture. What has he done? What hasn't he done? In my opinion, he ain't done nothing. Has he been to all-star games? Have they been to playoffs? Has he scored a bunch of points? Probably, yes, it's all there. We see the numbers, we see the stats, but does that really warrant for him to get his jersey retired? If I'm going to give you an answer now, I would say no. I don't think that the Rockets should retire his number, because if that's the case, then we're just retiring a bunch of good players or great players' numbers in almost every team. And a lot of teams are going to start retiring numbers, and a number retiration is not going to be the same thing that it was before. It's not going to have the same value as it once was. So I want to get both of your thoughts on this, and I don't know if you guys have read it or if you've heard already, and if you have, what do you think? Is this hilarious? Should it happen? Do you agree with it? Go for it.
I had brought James Harden up during our show, and Monisha had the same the same face, basically.
I mean, I'm going to say what I got to say, but I'll let you go and say what you say.
My personal thought is, why are we talking about retiring a number when he's still playing? I figure like retiring a number happens after a player retires. He is still playing, albeit for a different team, but you know, that's a discussion to have after, and to see how long he's playing with the Nets or how long he continues the season for. Because if he plays with the Nets another 3, 4, 5 years, like, he's basically a Net now. It's different when you know, go to a team for a year and then go into retirement. Like, I can, like, you know what, what's the guy from the Bulls that just announced retiring? Joakim
Noah.
He's going to retire, and he wants to retire as a Bull. So I understand that. Most of his, you know, career was with the Chicago Bulls, but James Harden's been, and he's still, I mean, he's still got years in him to play. I don't see why Houston's making this happen now or talking about it now.
Mo?
I mean, the guy left.
She's quick.
Why would you retire a jersey of a guy that didn't want to be with the team and the franchise? That makes no sense to me. He left. He didn't leave amicably. He didn't leave with, you know, on to better things, peaceful transition. No, he didn't do that. So why are they trying to do something like this now? Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. And to Mel's point, I mean, he still has a career. He might want to retire as a Net or where else he goes. You know, the guy doesn't stay in positions. He gets bored very easily. If it's not going his way, he's going to pout and go leave and go somewhere else. So to even do this and make this type of move, and then even be, you know, the whole kind of destruction that is of Houston and that whole drama, you still want to retire this man's jersey? I mean, it just makes no sense. I wouldn't do it. I mean, what for? He left.
What do you think,
He
Rob?
did not hang in there and stay. He left.
I'm 100% on the same side as Mo. Like, I don't think he's still playing. Well, still playing, right? And then what is he? He may even play more years with the Net. We don't know when he's going to retire. You know, usually we're used to it when it happens after the player retires. But then like you said, that the way things ended in Houston, not the greatest.
Yeah.
I just think Houston overall, you just kind of just put themselves back to where everyone thought they were, and this is super amateur move by them. I don't see where this franchise is headed in the future if they're going to make stupid decisions like this to retire someone's who wanted to leave, who wanted out, who didn't talk great about the organization, and put himself in a better situation with a better team,
Right.
and may even win a championship. He didn't even win a championship with the team. Like, what if he wins a championship with the Nets? Like, how does that make the Rockets look then as well? It's just very amateur on my side, and I didn't even hear about that. You're the first one to bring it up to me, and then it's will. It's not if they will. It's not they're thinking about it. It's they are going to
do it.
They're gonna do it, and it's I'm completely lost on that one.
They played themselves on that. I think that's just the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life right now.
That's
for
all
NBA.
it is. It's just straight
crazy.
stupid. Like, I can't say anything other than that. Like, I do not agree 100%.
Like, too little, too late.
Yeah.
Never should have even done it. I mean, he did not bring the franchise a championship as he promised. He didn't do any of those things. So what are we doing? What are we celebrating? I could see that coming more so from maybe OKC or something, saying some crazy stuff like that. But Houston, I mean, you left on such a dirty, muddled waters. Makes no sense.
That's like the Texans saying in like 2 years that they want to retire Watson's number. You know what I mean? Like, that's like
we
what?
want to be with the team.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
We're gonna, like, are you doing this to think he'll come back? He's not gonna come back.
Exactly. It's like, why do you do it now? Like, wait. If you want to do it, I get it. If you already have the idea and that's something that you probably want to do it, I understand what he did overall in his career in Houston. That's fine. But like we're all saying, why bring it up now? Why do it now? What if he doesn't win a championship with the Nets or doesn't win a championship anywhere for the rest of his career and he does bounce around moving forward? Then if you're Houston after he retires, you can come out and say, hey, you know what? You had a great career with us. You stayed with us longer than anyone else, so we're going to retire your number at that point. Quan, I know you want to say something.
That's the only time it makes sense.
I definitely want to chime in because you guys are all tripping.
I want to hear from someone that wants to go.
Because all they're saying is he spent 8 years there, won one MVP or two MVPs. Was it one or two? I can't remember. He won at least one. He took them to the Western Conference Finals. He did a lot. He was in the All-Star game every year. You don't have to retire a jersey just on one team. Will Chamberlain has his jersey retired on like 4 teams. Shaq has his jersey retired everywhere he played. It doesn't matter where your jersey gets retired. They're just showing. And is it early to say it? Maybe, but at the same time, they know he's never coming back. So they're saying, look, we had beef, whatever. We don't care about that. We're going to retire his jersey one day when he retires. It's not a big deal.
I'm sorry.
I think people are tripping for no reason.
I'm not going for that.
How many players have left the team on good terms? Not many. Shaq left the Lakers on very bad terms. They retired his jersey.
That's a gimme.
That's a gimme. Magic Johnson died and then
retired after he retires. They don't retire after.
But they're not saying they're going to retire his number today. They're just saying they're going to retire his number. They're letting people know.
Why even bring it up now? That's the whole point.
Because they were playing him tonight.
Does Shaq really have his number retired by how many teams?
Lakers, Miami, at least.
Cleveland.
That's probably it. Probably Orlando. Yeah, so he has 3 out of the 5 teams he played for.
Okay.
I guess if you make the point that they do, yeah, that's right, they do. So I think I kind of would, yeah, I understand where they're coming from. Then if Shaq has Orlando, where they went to a couple championships, but
so quit chirping, everybody.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of an overreaction. I didn't really realize how many players had their numbers retired.
I'm still hurt. I'm not a Harden guy.
Yeah, I mean,
person. So I'm not gonna be all into that. My petty level is still at 110. I'm not mentioning this to this guy.
Your petty level is still there.
Give me one ring and then maybe we'll talk. He still has yet to prove himself. 50 in a franchise. 60, 30, whatever you want to do does not, that show me a ring.
If he would have got him to the finals and they're talking about retiring his jersey now, then I can understand that a little more. You know what I mean? But
do we need to pull up all the retired jerseys of all the teams that didn't win rings? No. That doesn't.
Oh Lord.
That doesn't mean you don't get.
It means buckets to me, Quan, and we get into this debate every time I get in the studio with you. It means nothing.
I don't remember what that is. You've been gone for a year.
Championship.
I don't remember what that's like. You've been gone for a year. Happy COVID year anniversary.
Now you know.
Happy year anniversary.
Happy
year anniversary.
Happy pandemic anniversary.
Wait, it's been a year?
Pandemic anniversary.
It's been a year.
I don't care. I do not care.
You know what?
Means nothing to me.
We're actually on Girl Chat Sports.
When you win a championship, that means when it means something to me.
We're on Girl Chat Sports Live when the NBA shut down.
Yes.
Really?
In the middle of their show.
Yep.
Wow. That's something you're never
It
going to
was
forget
big.
then at that
It
point.
was big time.
That's pretty cool. In a
Yeah.
bad way. But something you're never going to forget.
My bad. This is a Straight Bet Sports with Quan 59.
Quick Qual 59 on the Gorilla Cross Radio Network.
Always taking over.
Yeah.
But this is Straight Bet Sports with Jose V, Rob G. We're joined by Melissa Ferris, Mo from Girl Chat Sports, joining us here on Gorilla Cross Radio. We're talking some NBA with James Harden's number possibly being retired with Houston. Now, I want to move into some baseball because I know, Mo, you were talking about baseball earlier. Rob's going to go to spring training. He already purchased some tickets. He's a Dodger fan. You're a Dodger fan as well. So I know you guys have a lot of high hopes for your Dodgers this year.
We're
Melissa,
winning the World Series again. That's no.
I hope you, I'm actually rooting for your Mariners because I've been rooting for them for like the last 5 years, hoping that they would make some noise. I always say they're going to be that quiet team that no one's talking about, but they haven't been that team for me yet. I think they have a possibility here to make some noise quietly as they always do, especially in that division. You have what? The Angels, you have the Mariners. I can't remember the whole division itself, but the Mariners have a shot to come out of that division every year, in my opinion.
Every year.
I
picked them to win the World Series like 3-4 years ago.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. That's Rob. Yeah.
Every year. I like the squad.
Far, but
Rob was being kind saying that. That's why I look like, what?
like, who?
The past 3 years, I've been picking the Dodgers every season to come out. We go as far as we go.
It's when UNLV
I
played
never did the
Kansas.
Mariners.
When UNLV,
We were at the game. Remember, we're like, who you guys like to come out the World? Me, you, and Jimbo.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
who we like the World Series? And I was like, the Nationals and the Mariners that year. But yeah,
Wow.
it was that year.
So actually, the last time I went to spring training with you, we saw the Mariners. That's the last year Ichiro was with them. Remember?
Yeah.
When you got the ball signed,
By Ichiro,
he
yeah.
got the ball signed, and I had my Mariners hat, and Ichiro's right in front of me, and I'm like, with the marker, and he walks right by me and goes the other side.
I was
Rob
next to the-
squeezed in between two gates and like 4 kids, and was like, nope. And he still got his ball signed. So
Yeah, I got it, son. Yeah.
But Mo, are you going to any spring training games? Because I want to know if you are, and if you are, what have you heard already so far? What are they telling you when it comes to protocols and things like that?
Well, I haven't heard anything as far as the spring training goes. I just read today about Gavin Newsom saying for opening day, they will allow fans for all the stadiums. He didn't say anything about spring training. I think with California, they're still on pause with that. I'm only 1/2 into being fully vaccinated. So once I complete that, possibly I would entertain it, maybe. But right now, I'm more looking forward to opening season. I kind of want to go when it's regular season for the baseball situation, because then that way I know what's going to be the layout as far as how many fans can go, what the percentage is, and what it takes. And they're working all those things out. But as far as spring training goes, I think California is on pause still. I don't think they're allowing anyone yet to come out.
Mel, are you doing anything? Are you looking forward to baseball at all?
I am. I mean, I'm a Mariners fan, whether I like it or not, and it's been pretty tough for the last couple decades. So I'm hopeful in that we have a really young team. I think we had the youngest team in Major League Baseball last year. I think we're continuing with that this year. We've gotten a few additions. There's some good guys in the team, and I think we have a chance of doing something. The only thing is what happens with us usually is that, you know, once they start getting good, then they transfer them over to the Yankees. It's kind of like we're their minor league baseball team. So I'm hoping that we don't trade anybody to the Yankees and we can keep them within. But I'm actually going to the Mariners Diamondbacks game on the 15th. I got some tickets for the lawn. I'll be lounging in the lawn in Arizona.
All right, that's exactly what I'm going. I'm leaving on the 14th, and I'll be back on the 17th. So
Nice.
it's awesome. Yeah, the weather's beautiful. It's only 20%. The prices are skyrocketed if you didn't get your tickets like when they first launched or when they first came out. Tickets have skyrocketed because they're only letting like 2,500. Some places, I read that the Giants are only letting like 10% of people in, which is a little crazy because most places are up to 20%.
Gotcha.
But yeah, you got to buy them in pods. You can even buy them in 2s or 4s.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, there's mobile ordering now, so you mobile order your drinks and your food and all that. And they bring it right down to your seats, and no bags, only like clutches and stuff like that, I guess. And yeah, it's super strict, but no cash, not taking cash this year. So yeah, it's I'm excited to still go. The weather's beautiful in Arizona at that time.
You going with the wife, or who are you going with?
I think I'm gonna go with the homie,
Okay.
Ozzy.
Gotcha.
If everything pans
Well,
out.
I was watching the Mariners game today, and the wind was crazy out there today. But I noticed that the people in the lawn, they had bags, and they had blankets. So I'm hoping once I get close to that, when I hear some more information, I don't know if it's just because it's the lawn people or not, but I'm trying to be there with the full-on
umbrella,
bag,
do it all.
and everything.
It gets hot. It gets hot. That sun beats down on you.
Mm-hmm.
So we got about 5 minutes left. I know the show ran a little bit quick because we had little issues with Lindsay in the beginning, but I wanted to talk to you guys real quick, and I wanted to get comments from both of you. So being the sports media, obviously, like you asked about coach, head coaching positions are mostly dominated by men, this and that. In the sports media world, it's mostly men as well. There's a lot of women out there. We know that. A lot of great ones as well because I watch it all. But what made you both, and I'll let you both answer separately, what made you ladies want to jump into this profession and stick around as long as you have, knowing any type of hurdles or any type of yeses or nos you're going to get along the way? Like, what really made you start this and keep at it and not give up? And what advice would you give to any other young women, young girls out there? I have daughters as well. What type of advice would you give them? Even if it's not sports media, if it's just chasing what you want, what would you say?
Well, I mean, I'll start. I think you got to have a hard head. I mean, I think, and be dominant. I think both me and Mo have felt that, we both have strong personalities. We don't take no very easily. We don't take intimidation too easily. We're not afraid of the guys. Prior to Mo, I went to Senior Bowl to cover Senior Bowl one year. And I remember being in the media area up above, and there was a placemat for Girl Chat Sports. And there was a guy sitting there, an older Caucasian man, the usual typical media guys that we see. And I was like, excuse me, sir, that's my spot. And he was like, huh? Who are you? There's no girls here. And I was just like, that's me. Here's my badge. Get out my effing seat, please. I don't have, as my shirt says, I got this. It's not, and I think maybe it'd be different if this was our full-time career. We'd have to probably do a lot more. It might be more stressful or more whatever, but this is for fun, and this is our hobby, and we love doing what we do. And we love being able to talk and chat and helping other women feel comfortable in doing the same thing. I think that's the biggest point, is that for us growing up, all these women that we're having as guests, they're half our age, and they're doing so much. Had there been people like this when we were that age, maybe it would be a lot different. Maybe we would be doing something more career-wise in sports and stuff, but we didn't have those people to look up to. So I just encourage all young women, or all young people, period, to just follow their dreams and see that there are people out there doing these things. I mean, we've got a woman in VP of the White House right now. I mean, anything is possible.
Definitely. For sure. Thank you, Mel. What you got, Mo? What you got for me?
I mean, I would have never guessed I would be in this current state that I'm in right now, or be partnered with Melissa on this. Actually, this is her baby. This is her brand. And, it's an honor for me to even just be along for the ride, if you will. And I'm a sports enthusiast, and I love so many things. And I love, music. I love fashion, and sports is just one other piece added onto it. And so it's kind of like a cool, surreal dream, if you will, that I'm able to talk every Wednesday a little bit on the passion that I love, and around people that, appreciate it. So it's just one of those other things that I just didn't know I had in me. And so my advice probably to women is, allow your friends, or allow peers, or people that you come in contact with, to kind of expose or kind of introduce you into something that you knew you had but didn't know you have, and go with it. Don't deny it. Let it happen, and endless possibilities. Just never know what happens. And we've had great experience with this thing, and we hope to have more. I think we've been building and working. And yes, of course, we can always do better and be better with it. But for where we are, it's been a great ride. And I have to thank Melissa for that, because again, this is her thing. This is her brand. She didn't have to have me on here. And the fact that she has me along, it's a cool look.
That's right.
It's for us. It's Mo and Mal. That's what it is.
You did have, because I've looked up, obviously I do some research. You did have this before with someone else, correct, Melissa? It wasn't with Mo originally, correct?
Originally it started out with a different girl. She decided she moved, and we left it at that. But then we had Stephanie Washington on, who I know you're probably familiar with, and we didn't do any video back at that point because it was just all audio.
Okay.
And I love Stephanie, but Stephanie got into a different position for her career-wise and had zero time to even put into it. And that's when I've been friends with Mo for like a decade or more. Okay. And so I always knew me and Mo have had sports conversations and we've done a lot of stuff. And I'm just like, come on, Mo.
It was meant to be.
And I know you can do it. And our chemistry is great and it's just works. So it's kind of like, how can you not? It's, people enjoy watching us, banter back and forth and laugh and poke fun at different things. And, we have fun with it. We're not so serious. We're not statisticians. We're not here to give you stats and to back check to 1982 and what happened. No, it's not us.
Yeah, we're just chatting and we're just coming off the dome pretty much of how we feel or what we think, and our opinions. It's nothing factual, it's just what we think.
It's just
for
us.
Our love
it's
of
just
the
you.
sport or
yeah.
our teams. Yeah.
Definitely. It's funny that Mel says that because me and Rob are the same way. I've known Rob 10 plus years. And when I started doing this, every single time I would tell him, bro, I need you to come on the show one time. Bro, hey, just do a podcast with me one day. No, I don't want to. And I told him, you don't even have to know what you just talk with me. Have a conversation the way we do in the car, the way we do at the sports book. Like, let's just be us. You know what I mean? So it's cool when you can do it with someone that not only but you're very, very close to. So that's pretty awesome. I mean, I love what you ladies are doing. Like I said, I follow you. I try to chime in as much as I can and do whatever I can. I always share and all that. I mean, and I do it because I genuinely like what you guys are doing, what you guys are talking about. You know what I mean? Like I said, not all women in sports are doing what you guys are doing. And I mean that from every levels. You guys are doing everything and you have your personal lives, just like a lot of us do. We have our regular 9-to-5s or whatever it may be, you know what I mean? But yet you're still out there posting content. You're still doing your show every Wednesday. You're still getting your guests. So big ups to both of you. Big ups to Girl Chat Sports. Continue doing everything that you're doing. Do not stop. It's a blessing to have you guys in my life as friends, and I greatly appreciate you, both of you, definitely.
Oh, Jose, thank you.
Thank you, Jose. So
very sweet of you, Jose.
Trying to get all emotional over here.
I never said that. I've never said that ever in my life about Jose. So.
We miss you guys. We miss Gorilla Cross. We miss Quan. We miss the studio quite, and hopefully we will be back one of these days. Definitely. But we definitely keep you guys very close to our hearts, and we thank you especially for having us on and the support, the continuous support from all of you. And Rob, it's a pleasure meeting you.
Absolutely.
Another baseball person.
Yeah.
I love that. Another Laker person too, right?
Yeah, all LA. Yeah, Kings.
Yeah.
Kings, Dodgers, yeah.
Raiders too?
No, I'm a Niners fan.
He's a Niner fan. That's the only.
Hey, there goes Quan. There goes Quan.
Yeah, win them all.
But 2 out of 3 ain't bad. We'll take it.
Hey, ladies, but greatly appreciate you coming on again. Fun times. Next, look at this guy. Look at this guy.
Hey, real quick, I did have a question for Girl Chat Sports. A very serious question. I haven't had mangoes delivered to the studio in about 4 or 5 months.
That's a male question.
I'm sorry, 4 or 5 months? I feel like it's been a lot.
She got the 12.
I mean, if you want, I can exchange mangoes for a Seahawks hat. If you want to wear a Seahawks hat one show, I could definitely bring you some mangoes.
I don't like mangoes that much.
Oh, but Quan, we did have someone chime in on our show today. They want to know when the Dave and Buster's basketball showdown is going down.
Oh, that'll be when Mo gets her second vaccination, I think.
Because you guys will all be able to go out.
What I understood, it was a battle between Heather Reddy, yourself, and Melissa. So Mo, she can get her second vaccination.
Well, you still got to be there.
Maybe I'll just be a spectator. Maybe. Yeah.
Someone's got to shoot the footage.
No, let's do it. I'm down. Yeah. I'm down. My friend might have to play.
Jose and Rob, you guys are welcome to join too. We're having a.
I'm gonna get Mike Dixon to come. If Mike Dixon can show up and has a working camera to get you guys good.
Let's get this event sponsored. Let's get it promoted. Let's get it popping.
Hey,
let's go.
Do it. It sounds like a rumble of hoops. I love it.
Sounds good, ladies. So I'm going to go ahead and let you go now. I know it's late, but before I do so, I just want to say again, thank you. And before we let you go, let everyone know where they can find you guys on all things social media and plug away, ladies.
Well, you can go find us anywhere at Girl Chat Sports, all one word, Girl Chat Sports. We're on all podcast platforms. We have a YouTube channel. Please subscribe. We got a Facebook page, a Facebook group. join in, you can see our little tags there too for our personal Instagram, Twitter, all that.
Mo, any final
Subscribe
words?
to the YouTube channel. Just, subscribe, keep following, share, tell everyone about us, and we'll keep it popping for you guys every Wednesday as best as we can.
Sounds good, ladies. Thank you so much for joining us again. You have yourself a safe and blessed night. We will definitely talk to you soon.
Definitely.
All right, thank
Zay.
you.
All right. Peace out, fellas.
Thank you, Quan. I know we've gone past a little bit of the time here. I just got to bring you more tacos next week.
That took over a couple times. So
Okay, so it don't count.
Yeah, you
so we're right at the
talk
time.
too much this time.
So final result. Quan lost tonight.
Yeah.
Right. So you guys are 1-1.
I sent my request via Venmo, and he
Via
declined
Venmo.
it.
I declined it.
He declined.
I don't know who this guy is. But no, man, fun show. Hopefully we can get Lindy LaRock back on the show again soon. Hopefully once this whole COVID thing is done, we'll get her in the studio. Hopefully bring a player with her as well. That'd be pretty cool. Or an extra head coach. Someone else just to come in and chime in with us. But Rob, any final words before we go tonight, my man?
It was a good. Well, James Harden retiring number that threw me off. Like I did not hear about any of that, and then I'm not on board with that at all. I want to see where he ends his career and stuff like that. So James Harden does not deserve to have his number retired just yet.
Zach, any final words?
No, I'm good.
Good. Just ready to go home and call it a night.
Pretty much.
Quan, I know you're done, so we're good. You don't have to say anything unless you want to.
Nope.
Final plug.
No, he's a little upset right now.
So next week, we do have professional boxer, local from Las Vegas, 4-0. He is the nephew of Tito Trinidad, if you know who Tito Trinidad is. Obviously, the greatest, as they call him now, Puerto Rican boxer of all time. His nephew will be live with us in studio next week. He is 4-0. His name is Ezekiel Borrero. He's coming out of Gil Martinez Mob Boxing Gym. He just turned pro not too long ago. Like I said, he is 4-0. Been talking to the young man for a while now, trying to get him in, but he's been trying to focus on his training and everything else. Doesn't have a match coming up soon like Max does, so we're going to have Max in the studio, like I said, once he does have his final match there. But next week, tune in. We'll have 4-0 professional boxer from Las Vegas, Ezekiel Borrero, el nephew of Tito Trinidad, live with us in studio, by the way. And he will be in studio with his trainer, Gil Martinez, as well. So that should be a good, fun show there. So, Rob, we're both two when it comes to the wins.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully next week I go up and you go down.
No.
I'm winning our competition with Jimbo by a percentage point right now. I'm 6-9, I believe.
So early, man.
It's so early, but last year I started 0-8, so it's a good way to start off the season there. But just wanted to thank all of our guests, UNLV Lady Rebels head coach Lindy LaRock, Girl Chat Sports hosts Mo and Mel for joining us tonight here on Straight Bet Sports on the Gorilla Cross Radio Network. For our sponsor, Joshua LaFon with Simply Vegas Real Estate. For myself, Jose V, Rob G, Quan59, Zach the Intern. We will see you next week. Same time, same channel. Peace.
See ya.